Hi everybody, I hope that you guys are doing well. My name is Gabriella. For anybody new tuning in, before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Okay, we're starting with the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Together they make the Ten of Cups. Maybe somebody that you are connecting with in a way that you had hoped to. This feels like something very ideal that is happening. You may have needed to be the one to initiate this connection, or you have somebody that is very interested in initiating this and really showing up. If this isn't you making it very obvious and apparent, then this other person would be making it very obvious and apparent. Being very upfront with you about how they feel and what they want to go on between the two of you. I'm getting a very enthusiastic energy. You're looking at Temperance and the Chariot. You may be waiting to meet up with this person. You may have something to work out that is related to travel. I'm also hearing temporarily. Maybe something going on with distance or even with the timing of things. It seems also like patience and allowing things to work out and trusting the timing is also a very important piece of this as well. That is allowing this to be successful in the development. You know, too, how sometimes we can doubt as well, like when something isn't happening immediately, it's like you may have fears that come up or anxiety, and it's like, is this really going to happen? Like, why hasn't it happened already? What's going on here? I don't really want to wait. I'm feeling impatient. Things like that, where you can kind of be tapping your foot, where you may have even been questioning things, but I'm seeing that it actually allowed you more time to reflect, more time to utilize introspection in a beneficial way and grow from that. I'm seeing you definitely being willing to wait because you feel like this is worth it to you to wait for. Because this is so meaningful, special, significant. It is worth the wait and allowing it to unfold. There's also something that's being sorted out emotionally, I'm seeing too. Because you could have been unsure for a time about what you wanted. Maybe even in a particular connection. It seems too like there are a lot of different ways that this could go as well. And that may be more open-ended right now. There's not a conclusion yet as to where this is going emotionally yet at this point, but I am seeing this be like a new chapter that's opening, even if there's a lack of definition around it. And I'm also seeing you feel that patience helped you prevail through this situation as well. Like that's what kind of made this possible for you. I am looking at the Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Maybe a brush in with someone from the past. This could have been bringing up some old things for you. Maybe even something nostalgic popping up. Slowly but surely things are becoming more defined, but I'm seeing, as I said before, things still feeling a bit open-ended here. But I'm not seeing that be so much a problem. It feels more so like I just want to let this be what it is and see where things go naturally and organically. Because you may still be in a spot where, rather than defining this by what you want, you'd rather it be what it is. Because it seems like the new beginning was what's important to you, not how it takes shape necessarily. Because I'm seeing a connection is there. You just may not know what exactly this is going to turn into. But I'm seeing it's like the connection that matters to you. And that's obviously and very clearly here. It's just there's so many different ways that this can go, so many different ways that this can manifest, that it seems like you're, the things that you do want, you are getting from this situation, and there's also more that is coming to light and more that is taking shape as well simultaneously. And I'm also seeing you be in a space where you're just down for the ride, it seems, which is allowing this to run very smoothly, this situation. There's a decision that needs to be made. I'm seeing this be a physical choice, something that's going to affect you physically with the Devil here. I'm also looking at Sagittarius and Cancer. Okay. Let's put it this way. If there was something that you were feeling very distracted by through the means of an attachment, like say something felt kind of all-consuming to you, I'm seeing you practice whatever strategies it is that would kind of get you out of the hold of this. So say you were feeling quite preoccupied with your attachment to something, whatever you are doing pulls you out of that situation to ease that tension or even the magnetism of what this is for you. Through temperance, which means practicing moderation and helpful strategies emotionally for yourself to kind of transmute the energy and not get tripped up by it. It's like maintaining your independence and your freedom through this, emotionally speaking. And making level-headed plans. And also recognizing, too, when you feel conflicted, taking that time, spending that time to kind of like unravel and organize what's going on for you. Mentally, emotionally. Especially when it comes to what you want to be creating, making, marketing, manifesting. I'm seeing a lot of Saturn and also Mercury here. So I'm seeing something that you may have been struggling with a bit. This is coming from a place of attachment. Attachment can play out in many different ways, but it was an attachment to something that had like a psychological or emotional component to it. Now I'm seeing you be in a space where you are, it's basically like, in order to interact with the Devil, which is symbolizing attachment, right? It's like you're suited up in the most effective armor possible to be, like, effectively handling this situation, okay? It's like something that the attachment can't penetrate through the protective gear that you are wearing. So I'm seeing that you kind of know something is like looming or around, or if you took that gear off that you would be susceptible to this, but I'm seeing you, and this feels like maintaining particular practices that keep you grounded and centered. This is what I'm seeing your armor being, energetically, emotionally speaking. Anything that brings you back to center, levels you, grounds you. So I'm seeing you be in a space where there's like an awareness of this dimension of reality. You're also very grounded and centered in the reality where you are moving through and planning from that plane. And I'm seeing something that you are creating. And I'm also seeing a chapter that you're completing successfully. So it seems like you've been busy getting things done and also doing whatever needed to be. Whatever this was that could have really tripped you up in the past, it's almost like knowing that if you don't temper something, it kind of starts controlling your life. Whatever this was that needed to be moderated, I'm seeing you in like the best position possible to be dealing with this, looking like you're doing it very effectively. And it seems that whatever could have been happening that was not moderated, that needed to be brought to an end because it was no longer healthy or helpful for you, it seems like you've kind of officially ended what this is, whatever this was for you, whatever this has been. And I am, to have both Capricorn and also Saturn here, I'm seeing this as being something that was physically impacting you. This also wasn't like the easiest thing. It's like a very trippy obstacle course that you've been moving through that took a lot of effort and willfulness on your end. And you also being decisive too about how to go about this. Yeah, it felt also like kind of dealing with your own impulsivity or traits that you could have fallen back on that would take the mission backwards. But this also gave you time to reflect and maybe channel your energy elsewhere. Because you can take those feelings of passion and rather than like driving them towards something counterproductive, you can channel them into something that will be beneficial and productive for you. And that's what I'm seeing you doing here. But you kind of needed to be like level-headed and grounded to do this, where before you may not have felt that way, but now because of like stepping into your own and mastering this energetic process, it's now enabled you to do this. I'm hearing the way of water. This feels like energetic work. Yes, and be able to like analyze. I'm seeing this King of Swords that's popping out as kind of like commanding this energy, because the Knight of Wands is like your passion and your ambition and what you want to go after and what excites you and what magnetizes you and just like racing towards the things that you want. And in more of a shadow or less of a mature energy, it can be like just chasing after shiny things without thinking about how that's going to affect you and other people. However, and it can also be like haphazardly committing to things and then falling through on those commitments, stuff like that, where you're not really sticking with things. You're just going to like the next best and the most exciting things. I'm seeing this be like a more matured energy now where you're being driven by your passion, but there's also like this more mature and decisive energy that's behind it, that's very thoughtful, that's kind of commanding this energy to go where it needs to go. So this is a great combination because you're taking passion and you're also taking air energy and you're mixing these two together. So it's like plans of action and how we're moving forward in a disciplined way. It's very thoughtful and it's very organized and it's going to be effective in getting things done as well. It seems like it's just been a matter of figuring out how to get these two energies to dance with one another. I'm hearing to make things simple. I'm looking at Aquarius here. So we have Mercury, Saturn, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Yeah, what this looks like to me is that there has been like a fine-tuning of boundaries and even understanding one's own personal limits, coming from a place of like even pure creation. But I'm seeing this need for you to kind of like level with yourself and set boundaries with yourself, and maybe somebody or in like some environment around you was also very necessary and part of this configuration is what I'm hearing, because there may have been some sort of like chaos that you were involved in or surrounded by before, that it's going to be a different story now, because I'm seeing you moving in I'm hearing bilaterally, I'm seeing you move in a different direction. There was also something that may have been a bit of a trigger for you that I'm seeing it's like not getting the same reaction out of you anymore. But that may have been something that needed to be worked on, needed to be figured out, which I'm seeing that looks like it's been accomplished. There was like a better way that you learned how to address something or deal with it. And I'm seeing you know like a better route to take. I'm hearing also a higher route to take. And I'm seeing you complete this cycle here, which does feel like a big feat for you. And I'm seeing you be in a space where you may be like more upfront communicating something, maybe more so than you had been feeling before. Like not shying away from advocating for yourself, which also means, this also too means not just advocating for yourself with other people, but also like advocating for yourself with yourself, like between your higher self and your human. And like even getting control over your mind. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.